I think that TAP is shaped around people who see some sort of a void and want to step in and fill it, and they want to serve God in a very specific way in the classroom. As a teacher at Faith Builders Christian School, I love the fact that every year I start the year with TAP students joining me with their presence here, with the added energy that they bring. And I love being able to talk with them about what education looks like from my perspective. I think with them about the same things, and for them, the same things that I think for my students. My junior high students are developing, they're becoming people who will grow up and will contribute to their communities. And so when I watch them and see them in my classroom, and I create experiences and tasks and lessons for them, one of the driving forces is what will equip these young people to be parts of their churches, to be the future Sunday school teachers and preachers and moms and dads, business people who will continue to build God's kingdom in the next generation. With TAP students, I feel like we're talking about the same things, except that we want to see our student teachers succeed at being not only those kinds of people, but also being people who can shape that next generation. So TAP exists because we have a felt need in our communities. We have lots and lots of schools, and it's a huge privilege to get to teach and to educate our own children. At the same time, lots of those schools are experiencing the problems of not being able to find teachers, of not being able to really staff their schools with people who are in education for the long haul. I think back to my experience as a young teacher. I started teaching when I was 19. And my experience was that somebody showed me where my books were, told me to do lots of flashcards, and left me on my own. I taught first and second grade, and I really loved it. But I think that without additional years where I had other experiences and people who fed into my abilities as a teacher and helped me develop them, I probably would not have lasted in the classroom for a long time. I think that that's the experience of many people. They teach for a year or two and they find other things that call them. And some of those things are really good things, but sometimes there's also the reality that as communities we don't have the ability to equip our teachers within ourselves. And so FB's TAP program exists in part because of that felt need, that desire to offer something to our students, to our student teachers that will allow them to return to their home communities or to other communities and become a part of raising up the next generation. As we sit around the table and we listen to each TAP student tell their story of what they experienced as a student, maybe as a teacher even, if they taught before they came, and then where they hope to be. My favorite stories are the stories of the people who have come from their communities and want to go back to the same communities, to plug into the schools that they're teaching in, and to be a part of their home and their church in that really specific way. One of my goals as an apprenticer in TAP is that student teachers will be equipped, and that they'll be equipped in a variety of ways. I want them to be equipped not to be perfect teachers when they leave our program, but to be people who know how to learn and continue forward with their teaching experience. I want them to be in it for the long haul. Whether they end up teaching for 2 years or 20 years, I want them to leave here teaching as if they're going to do it forever. And I want them to be people who really enjoy and love what they do. We often go to the verse that talks about every student, when he is mature, will be like his teacher. And as Christians, if we really believe that teachers have that ability, whether they're teachers in the church or in the school or in the home, to shape the people who they are teaching to be like themselves. Our teachers are some of the most important people in our communities. The thing I want almost more than anything is to have our schools filled with people who love Jesus and who have developed the gifts and the talents and skills that they've been given. We do this little piece of that here at FB where we offer them an opportunity to walk with us through a school year or two and to watch and to participate in our experience as teachers working with young people. We really hope that the life-on-life experience of being in a classroom, of hearing people talk about education and about church and community in ways that they're inspired to go on and find the ways that they're going to intersect with their communities and their churches, and help to build God's kingdom through teaching.